Say hi. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Yes. Tell them good morning, Laura.
There you go. Good job.
We're gonna show you what's sold. There were some glitches on eBay yesterday, so not a lot of items went out. In fact, one of our items we were fortunate to sell because the buyer couldn't contact us directly on the item. There were a lot of weird things going on, messages not going through. Anyway, we sold 3 items and one buyer paid for an item that was purchased before that you guys saw in my what sold video. Stop. Poor Kratos.
I know.
So the buyer that couldn't contact us on the item, this is what he purchased. He purchased a set of 4 Union Pacific trains. I think one of them is actually not Union Pacific. This one right here.
It's a new rate.
There you go. These sold for $9.99 the 4. We pulled them out and tested them because of all the confusion and glitches with eBay. We did list them untested. This one's battery actually comes here. Something to know for these trains, they all have different entry points for the battery. Like that one's on the top, that one's the train, you just kind of push it together and pull it up. This one was on the bottom where you had to take off the wheel area here.
And then lift it up.
And then the next item that sold, Windows XP Home Edition, just the Service Pack 2 upgrade. Disc is inside of here. It was tested working. There is the product key, which I will not show you, of course. Next item that sold, you want to show them the last 2?
Oh, okay. So you guys saw us have this item in the clearance bin haul. We just got this jacket, the American Girl jacket, at like maybe 25 cents. And immediately, maybe within an hour after I posted it, it's gone, sold. It's adorable. If it was life size, I would keep it for myself.
Yeah, don't pass up anything American Girl.
Yes, because like we said, those things can be expensive and people do look for the clothes. This last thing is something that sold previously. The buyer just paid, is it Georgia Tech or just, it's college team.
It's,
so
it's Georgia, yeah.
yes, I could probably just open it up and show you guys because it's not really fully packed. But it's a nice little purse, very clean, almost like new. She bought this maybe a few days ago and she wasn't able to pay right away. She messaged me and she paid last night, so that's fine too. Like I said, that happens. So we're gonna get these all packed up and shipped out, and maybe we'll show you guys later what we do throughout the day.
Yeah, I'll show you a little bit of drafting, specifics on how I'm testing certain electronics, and she'll probably show you some photography and how she cleans and removes stickers and things of that sort.
Right.
Yeah. So we'll check in with you in a little bit. I gotta go chase down a little one. He's in the kitchen trying to get snacks. So we have a long day ahead. We're gonna be working hard to get product online.
And we are also going to be visiting with a friend who's in town. So we're looking forward to that tonight.
Yep, so we have to work harder through the day. If you guys have any questions about anything that we do, thanks for the bubble wrap, little guy. From packing to eBay to Amazon to Craigslist, anything that you have a question about, ask. We will be more than happy to put it in one of our videos. We'll be as descriptive as possible. We're not professionals at anything, like we're not pretending to be,
No.
but
whatever knowledge we have, we would like to share.
Yeah. And anyone in the resale community, I don't care your experience, your knowledge, you have something to give to this community, and everybody can help everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Everybody has a different take. Everybody tends to stick to different products. Some people do it all. Some people only do toys, and some people only do clothes. So everybody has something to give to this community.
Yeah, so let us know down in the comments. All right, we're here at my desk. We're going to go ahead and go through a couple of items that we've pulled. I brought these up so we can go through them. I'm not going to show you everything, but I'm going to show you enough so that you can see how long the process takes, what we do, and hopefully take something from it and learn and maybe do it yourself. Let me show you how my desk is set up because this is kind of important. I like to make sure that I'm not moving around a lot when I am going through the items, so I can bring them all to one spot and test them all here. Not everything can be tested here, but just about everything can be tested here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. One of the key components of testing, though, is batteries, and you're going to pick up a lot of good batteries just doing this. I've got all different sizes. You can see up here some watch batteries and stuff. You got a multimeter here on the desk as well, and this is a really cheap multimeter, but it tests the voltage of the battery to tell you if the battery is good, because the date on the battery isn't always accurate as to whether the battery is good or not. Also, multiple batteries in one item could mean that 3 of them are good and 1 of them are bad. Something of that sort. So a multimeter is good to have on hand. You can promote your items a bit better by saying that they come with batteries included, especially when you're getting free batteries like this. You're really not paying for them. Let's see. I've got different kinds of tools up here. Crazy glue and tape for recording on different voice recorders, pliers, and things of that sort. Over here, some jewelry. You all, and coins in that coin purse. You always want to take your time when you're going through jewelry and gems and coins. You want to make sure that you know their value. Don't just breeze through them. So we'll go through some jeweler test kits and refractometers with you guys later. But for right now, let's just move on. Got some screwdrivers, magnifying glass, scissors, tape, all that good stuff. Just whatever I need to test stuff up here. So over here we've got some power cords, all different kinds, a sound bar down there, a soldering gun, just a lot of different things to make sure that I can stay stationary while I'm drafting, just to save on time, making things more efficient. So I'll check back in with you guys here in a little bit. We'll go over the items. I'm not going to show you everything. That's going to take forever. But I'm gonna touch on a couple of things, let you know the process of posting, and I'll also touch on one viewer question that we received. Okay, so first item that we're going to look at are these Wizard of Oz puzzles. I've got a set of 3 of them here, but as you can see, they're not in their original packaging. This is just Ziploc baggies, and this one's loose in here, just in the box. So let's go through this real quick. You know, I picked these 3 things up because they are very similar. We're going to look and find out how much they're worth. So first thing that you would search, because 2 of them are Thomas Kinkade, I'm going to search Thomas Kinkade Wizard of Oz puzzle. And when I do that, let me put you guys down for just a second. You can see that some of these comps look pretty good, some don't. But you don't want to look at this. You want to jump over here because all these are open, and you want to make sure that you click on used. So now you're looking at all the puzzles that are used and are online. So again, some of these look good, like $29 there for 2. That looks pretty good. $975, I don't know what's going on with that one. But as you can see, some prices very bad, some prices very good. But again, you want to come up here and you want to click on sold. So now you're only looking at the used puzzles that have sold over the last 3 months. And when you look at it this way, there's not a lot of money to be made on these puzzles. And only 12 have sold. And I only see 7 or so that would be comparative to what we have here. But again, it's not a lot of money in comparison to how much counting I'm going to have to do to make sure that these sets of puzzles are all complete. We'll do Wizard of Oz book puzzle. And you can see there it is. 1, 2. And again, not a lot of money to be made to count 1,000 pieces of puzzle. But you're not going to post it online and risk returns because of a missing piece or 2. So with this, it's not worth my time. I'm probably going to net $30 for counting 3,000 pieces of puzzle. Rather take $15, $5 each at a yard sale. Alright, so next item I wanted to talk to you guys about is a large printer that you might have seen earlier, this Epson. Right here on the back, model C422A, but it's a Workforce 545, and you really just have to type that in, that model number. A Workforce 545 will also work. It'll bring up all of the ink cartridges, though. And you also want to make sure that it works. You want to test it. You want to plug it in. And this is why I have all these power cords over here. If you look back here again, the power cord is very basic power cord. I have plenty of these. So I'll hook this up. I'll see if it turns on. And you see, when you do that, you get all these inks. In fact, I don't know if I even... There's one right here. So $20, $8 shipping. Wow, that I don't know how that was even possible. It's not possible. There's something more comparative there, like $48, $46, $40. Well, that one's $46.57 shipping. Here's $135 in the box. So you get an idea that you might be able to get, here's $25 plus $82.90 in shipping. So these are all sold comps. Having to deal with returns on this item is going to be a headache if it does come down to that. So the best thing to do is post this locally on, like, you know, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, and just try to offload it with local pickup, rather than trying to pack up an item that weighs, it's got to be over 20 pounds. I'm going to start digging through this large tub of Legos and toys, and we'll try to pick out what is valuable, and I'll try to show you what you're looking for with toys. It's always hard to recognize good value in toys. It's also good to have material that you can reference other than eBay to tell you about toys when you don't know about them. Let me show you something really quick here. So this is something it's kind of outdated, but it does cover a wide range of toys, and it's broken into categories like TV toys, Star Wars, restaurants. So yeah, you can have the McDonald's toys in here. You can see some of them are really valuable, like here, Alvin the Chipmunks 1991. If they're in the package, that's $20 in the package. Let's move up here. Here's a $40 McDonald's toy from 1981. So some McDonald's toys, they have some value, you can see there, and it's not only McDonald's. Different ones like Sonic and Wendy's, Burger King. Here's some lunch boxes. Look at this one here. It's an expensive lunchbox, 1959. But yeah, you know, referencing stuff like this will tell you at least the rarity, because prices will change. They will appreciate or depreciate over time. And I quickly reference this sometimes. Here's some board games, Fisher-Price toys, character toys, battery-powered action figures, just everything you can think of here. Gives you an idea of what it was, at least, what is it, 13 years ago now. So, yeah. Pick up these books if you ever find them at the bins or thrift the stores. Just, they're good reference material. I've got another one here, like this one here. What a lame title, right? But no, it's really informative. It tells you some of the things that you're going to look for on, you know, desks and clocks and just things of that sort. Another thing you guys want to do when you're comping these items is try to go very vague with your description of the item. Like, say this right here. This is an Epson printer. It's really a printer scanner all in one combo here. But if you go and just type in, say, Epson printer, and go to the sold comps for Epson, it's an all-in-one. Organize it by the highest shipping, and just take a look at some of those model numbers and remember those. because you will see these out in the wild. And you'll have a leg up on the competition who's going to have to pull out their phones and check the model numbers. You're going to know what to look for. And this is good to do with any item, really. For example, link. Let's just, and again, we're organizing or ordering it, sorting it by highest price, and you can see that there are these first 4 figure. Look at the prices on those, if you can find those. Medicom. And so this is how you learn. Even if you don't understand it, when you are at the bins and you comp things, or you're at the thrift store or garage sales, you pick something up, don't just educate yourself on that item alone. Research its entire family, its entire category, if you can, so that way you know what you're looking for the next time you're out. And it comes in very handy when there are estate sales and the Goodwill bins, or any thrift store that opens its doors right away and you're able to identify value. So very, very useful tool is to sort everything by highest shipping and checking out a vague description to know what to look for. All right, before we dig into the bins, we're gonna take a look at this last item that we picked up. We're gonna dig into those bits. But we got this by digging into the Goodwill clearance bins. So here it is. It's Toshiba. Looks like Satellite C55A. So that's what we're gonna be looking for. I don't have the power cord for this, I don't think so. I'll have to take a look at my power adapters. But it doesn't look like the screen is cracked. You can see in there. Yeah, no signs of it. And again, you're not supposed to get these when they have their hard drives in there, but we got away with this one. Toshiba Satellite. And what was it again? I've already forgotten. And opening it the wrong way again. C55A. Toshiba Satellite C55A. And here we are. I've organized it from highest, so don't pay attention there. But let's take a look here. We're going to go to used. Used comps here. If I can get this thing booted up. Let's narrow it down, because it does seem like this model has different variations. And this one says A5362. So 5362. So I'm looking at a lot of comps around it here, but not its actual comp. So let's take off sold and see if it's online right now. And again, no exact matches. So now I have a laptop that is not online. However, it's closest. If we just go C55A, which is what this model is, minus the variation, you can see that C55As are going to bring me in about $100. As long as I can get this working with the power cord. Alright, so first item coming out of actual toys, and whatever that bag is on top there, are these sports cards. I just wanted to touch briefly on sports cards and let you know what you're looking for when you're out there. So if you're looking at 1980s and 90s baseball cards, they're pretty much junk. You could say the same thing about football cards, but those early 80s could be valuable. Same thing with basketball. 90s cards are pretty much garbage at this point. They're called junk wax for a reason. Things that are from the 70s, cards that are from the 70s or earlier are going to be much, much more valuable. So do keep an eye out for older cards, especially if they're in good condition. Newer cards as well. So if you're passing the 2000s, you're looking for relic memorabilia and autographs. This is kind of the new trend. These cards are valuable, especially when you get them appraised. This here, if you look at it, is just some 1992 Fleer football cards. They are not going to be worth anything. It doesn't matter who's in there. We can have Dan Marino, Steve Young, and Jerry Rice, and they'll get us less than $3. So not a very valuable find here, but still something you could lot up and sell with a bunch of other junk cards. So I just want to show you some of these Mike Trout rookie card PSAs. PSA is the best baseball grading company. You also have Beckett out there, and I forgot the other one. But yeah, PSA 10 cards go for some money, and a Mike Trout is pretty much the home run, the 2011 update. So Karina touched on drafting and a little bit on shipping. So let me just get into how you can ship things. So that I know this is probably the most complicated things for eBay sellers or new sellers in general, but what you need to keep in mind is anything up to 16 ounces, and that's 16 ounces exactly. You can't go 0.01 ounces past that. At 16 ounces or less, you can ship it first class, which is going to save everybody the most money. You have other options. You can send it priority or ground, for example. You can send it with FedEx if it's a larger item, and we'll explain that in detail later. You can send it with flat rate boxes, and generally we never have ever used a large flat rate. There are advantages to both the small and medium flat rate and also the flat rate envelope. Again, they do have to close properly, and if you use any kind of priority mail packaging material, you have to send it priority or you will be charged extra. So just keep that in mind. You can get all of these shipping material from the USPS absolutely free. Just let them know what you want and they will deliver it straight to your door. So that's really neat. Now there's another thing that a lot of people would benefit from knowing, and that is about international shipping. So the way the international shipping works on eBay, at least, is that you can send it with the eBay's global shipping program, the GSP. And what you're doing essentially is just shipping it to Kentucky for eBay to take care of the package. So you are protected when doing this because you're only responsible for getting the item to eBay. Once there, it's now eBay's responsibility to get the item to whoever it is around the world. So we like to give this as an option for the buyer, but then there are other shipping options, and I told you we'll talk about Pirate Ship. See here, there are no other shipping options selected, but I can go down here and I can select flat because Pirate Ship is going to give me a flat rate for these. Here you can go just Google here. So here's a chart. So you can ship up to 4-pound items with international first class, and these are the prices. They are flat rate. And generally, they are the cheapest out there. They are going to save your buyer a ton of money, and you're going to be able to make a lot more sales worldwide than your competitors. So you just take these prices, and you can plug them in at that flat rate screen. So you go flat, same cost of buyers. You select Canada for, obviously, you can see here. Canada is $8 for a half-pound item, and $10 for rest of world for a half-pound item. This is probably going to be more than a half-pound, but you get the idea. We'll go first class international, and we'll plug in the price here. And we'll offer an additional service, and we'll go worldwide. we'll go First Class International, and we'll plug in another price here. So now you've essentially beaten all of your competitors who are not using the simple export rate, because now you are delivering at a cheaper rate than anybody else. The only thing about this is that you will have to ship this directly to your buyer. So if they choose this method of shipment, you have to print your own label through Pirate Ship. You do it through Pirate Ship, so at least that's done, right? But then you are mailing it, and you have no coverage it essentially from eBay, like that they offer with their GSP, where you literally send it in, you send it domestically, you send it to Kentucky, and they deal with everything else. They are responsible for everything else. In this manner of shipping, when you use Pirate Ship, you are now responsible for everything from your door to your buyer's door. Alright, like I said, I'm not going to show you everything. So I've pulled out some toys from this crate of, man, it's like half Legos, half toys. I'm going to eventually separate the Legos and probably sell them by the pound. Or sometimes it's better to sort certain pieces apart, like scenery and people, vehicles. So, but yeah, I'm gonna do that later. Let me just go over what I pulled out here, and we're gonna talk about what we're looking at and what we're looking for. So this is what I've pulled out, just a bunch of random toys. Looking at the first one, you can see that sitting on a round platform, this is usually a sign that they are cake toppers when they do that. I'm trying to read in here, but there is some writing in there. This is PJ Masks, and it is rather large, rather popular, so we're just going to take that, make a PJ Masks lot probably. Title, cake topper, etc., etc. Just try to get as many keywords as possible. This looks like a, I don't know, maybe Gears of War figurine. Not really sure. It definitely looks like it, but it is a Funko. Looks like. Yep. There's a mini Funko. So there might be value here. You always want to look at the mini Funkos. They're some of them could be very, very expensive. Not really sure on this guy, so we're going to be looking him up. But I'm just trying to show you what we're sorting through, what we're looking at, what you should be looking for. This is a little confusing, isn't it? This is actually My Little Pony, but it is a certain kind that they are actually humanoid. You can look these up, but this one is, if you look on the leg, made for McDonald's. So definitely not going to have a lot of value, but as I showed you earlier, McDonald's toys can have some value, generally when they're in their package. This guy's really neat. I'm not really sure what he is, where he's from, so I'm going to have to do some research. So the first thing I do when I pick him up is I'm going to look for any kind of markings, and here we go. First thing I see here is Disney Marvel, so now I know that he's from probably the MCU. And so now I can look him up, find if there's some kind of value with this. But he does look like he might be a cake topper because of the way that his platform is set up. Speaking of cake toppers, here's another good example right here. I believe this guy's name is Nassim or something. I think it's Princess and the Frog. I'm not really sure. But this platform, this Disney, just plain old, this is a cake topper. And you can sell it as such. You just lot them up and sell them off. And I mean, this is $15, $20, and this thing weighs nothing. We pay like a nickel for each figurine. And we just lot them up and sell them for quite a bit of money sometimes, depending on what it is. Here we have Ewok from Star Wars. I'm not really sure who made this. Let's see if we can... You can see the LFT, made in China, 2007. Nothing really gives away who made this or what it was for, but I will do some more research on that. This one probably won't get any research. It looks like McDonald's toy. Yep, McDonald's right there. So it's not for resale. The Lion King. Here is a Thomas the Train. This is a really cheap one. Thankfully it's not from McDonald's, but the Thomas the Train engines that you're looking for are going to be the ones that actually have a battery power to them and the wheels turn. They're called Trackmasters. Those are going to be the ones that are going to have the most value. Those minis and the magnets and the wooden ones, those are all pretty garbage, but lotting them up, there are fans out there that collect Thomas the Train, and that could be a place where you can start making some money. Next, we want to talk about cars. We're going to talk about cars and planes because they're very important. So, of course, this is Tow Mater. He is not a McDonald's toy. You can see right there. That's Mattel. So there might be some value to Mater. Maybe, I don't know, $5. But, hey, $5 for one single vehicle. Maybe even $10 sometimes. And this is going to cost absolutely nothing to ship. Super easy to make pictures of. Moving on. Here's a little person. You can always take a look at their feet. It says little people. There is a market out there for these because people lose them or break them, and they are parts of play sets and stuff. But yeah, you lot them up. There's value there, especially since, again, this weighs nothing. Here's something that you want to look out for. You look at these and you say, oh, Madame Alexander, you know, the eyes closed and everything. It looks fancy. But actually, you want to pay attention because, if you can see, it is McDonald's. So McDonald's did make a lot of Madame Alexander dolls, and there is really very little value to the little dolls like that. But the original Madame Alexanders are going to fetch you a ton of money if you can find them. Here's a little Elsa. There's a bunch of different little Princess Polly Pocket, Princess, what is it? Magic Clip. Looking at our next figurine, this looks like... Okay, well, this is Leonardo, but I'm not really sure whose hand this is because this is not Leonardo's hand. It might be that they lost his hand and they put somebody else's hand on there. But one thing that you want to look out for is these turtles. These are the older ones, and if they're in good condition, especially if they come with their little belt and their weapons, they can sell for like $10 to $15 each. So you lot them up, and you can get $30 to $40 a lot of times, especially if you have more than just the turtles. There are a lot of rare ones that people are looking for, especially the early April O'Neil. But you can look right here. It says 1988 Mirage Studios Playmate. I don't know if you guys could pick that up on the camera. I'm trying to show you. But yeah, this is one of the original line. This is how they looked, but he is not in good condition. He's scuffed, broken bandana there. Moving on. Here, we'll talk a little bit briefly about Beanie Babies. You can see here, it says Beanie Baby, Brittany. You look on the underside. Looks like this was made for the Alvin and the Chipmunks dolls, Beanie Baby dolls. There's generally not a lot of value in the Beanie Babies. This one is not a good example to show you of a typical Beanie Baby because this is a special production of it. But you can lot the little Alvin and the Chipmunk dolls up, and they will sell, lotted up, these little plushes. But looking at the tag here, the tie tag, now you're also looking for the swing tag that will be up here on their ear. Looks like hers is missing. But they will have a swing tag, and it's very important to have the swing tag and what they call the tush tag down here. Both of them in good condition. This is what collectors are looking for. And when you're looking at the tush tag here, you're looking for pretty much what you're seeing here. So I was talking about her before the GoPro died out, but I did look her up. She is part of the Thai Beanie Babies collection, but she doesn't have her swing tag. It should be on the ear here. She should still sell for probably around like $8, which is fine to me. I could sell her alone. I do have some of the other chipmunks that I believe I've already loaded together, but you can see some comps that are selling the lot for like $100 or more. And the Chipettes, which she's part of, is more valuable than the regular chipmunks. So we had a viewer question about how to start selling on eBay, and this is very, very simple. So you just go to the eBay. I'll show you here. Click on ebay.com. You'll be brought to this screen, and up here you can see that there is a sell button, and whether you are set up or not, you can click this button and it'll take you to set up your account to sell on eBay, which is very straightforward. If I click it, it takes me to my active listings where I can start a listing or whatever the case may be. But that's how easy it is to start with eBay. When you start selling, you have 50 free posts every month, and you will run into promotions where they will give you even more than that, or they will give you a temporary offer where you can run the higher level store at the lower level cost. So it's very, very easy to start with eBay. Just start posting your items online, and start making money. You're not going to be taxed on the items that you're selling from around your house, and that's where you should start, with your passion, what you have and what you want to get rid of. When you sell the stuff around your house, you're not expected to make a profit on that, so you're not expected to pay taxes on that. When you start buying to resell and this becomes your business, then yeah, you're gonna have to change your plan, to change the way that you do everything. You'll actually have to pay income tax. You'll have to record your sales. eBay thankfully takes care of your sales tax for you, so that's a plus, but you will have to keep track of your income, your write-offs, and pay every quarter. You'll want to pay the government because the IRS does want their cut. The second part of that question was, how do we ship fragile items? And we will cover that in probably tomorrow's video. Today I wanted to show you just kind of like the drafting process. I didn't have a lot to go through, but I showed you a few items and what I was expecting to make on them. And I can show you in more detail if anybody would like. Just ask a question of electronics or what have you. Anything that you saw today, that's fine. I'll talk about anything that you're interested in selling. I will try to provide some kind of information and experience, or prior experience for you. So yeah, just don't be afraid to ask any questions. This might be the last video of the day, or the last clip. I am going to go through the model railroader and try to get that up tonight, and then we are going to see some friends. So if this is it, I'll sign off now. I'll bid you guys a good night, and thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate your support. We just ask that you come and watch the videos. Yeah, just subscribe, hit that like button if we've helped you, if you like the video, and come back tomorrow. Say hi.